What do you do when you first step foot in a country you have never been to? Go where the good stuff is. Ramen, this magical bowl of broth, noodle, and meat alone is worth the airfare to Japan. You can find ramen noodles in every corner of the country and in seemingly endless variations. It's 8 in the morning and we are having duck ramen in Asakusa. This ramen shop is located across the street from one of the oldest and premier tourist hotspots in Asakusa. You're probably thinking, is this ramen any good or is it just a tourist trap? The answer is no. Kamo to Negi's ramen has a simple recipe of just Japanese duck and leek, as the name suggests. Kamo means duck and Negi means green onion.
And I've never had duck ramen, and it is a beautiful clear broth. It comes with slices of duck, well, 2 different slices of duck and 2 different cuts of green onion. And it also has yuzu, like a little thin piece of yuzu. Cheers, y'all. Oh.
The broth has a prominent rich duck flavor, but it's not overwhelming or salty. This ramen is simmered over low heat for 2 days, and this process creates a clear golden colored stock that's light and flavorful. You can see a light coat of fat shimmering on the surface of the ramen.
But it's not like a heavy broth. It's actually really like light and comforting. Oh, the thicker cut of the green onion is definitely roasted, just like, you know, like how you would like carne asada where you roast the green onion, but it brings out like the sweetness of the green onion. That's delicious.
The house-made whole wheat noodles are truly the best part.
Definitely tasting the duck fat in like every single bite, in the broth, in the noodles. The noodles definitely soak up the broth, so they're like soupy noodles. Oh my god, it's rich, fatty. Like, this is probably like the best duck ramen bowl I've had. We're gonna try the piece of duck.
The confit style of duck slices are tender and have a juicy mouth feel. The meaty duck flavor stands out well against the clean tasting soup, making it an enjoyable complement to the dish.
It's definitely fatty. It is really good. Wow, I'm very surprised about this duck ramen. It's actually very quite refreshing and comforting. And on to the best part is the egg. It is like this beautiful, jammy, marinated egg.
The perfectly soft boiled egg has a deep golden hue that has a sweet and salty, jammy custard-like yolk.
And if you've ever had yuzu, this is like my favorite fruit. And it smells so good. And I'm gonna put like a heap of it. This is like the color. And I can see why they're using yuzu. It's to break up like the fattiness and the richness of the duck fat. Oh yeah.
The yuzu pepper adds a subtle yet refreshing sourness, a tinge of bitter undertone, and a mild kick.
It definitely cuts to duck fat, but it also adds like a level of spice to it as well. This is that's really good. Yeah.
Shibuya is the premier hotspot for tourists and locals alike. But in all that chaos, you will find the most delicious A5 Wagyu yuzu citrus chicken broth that's located in the basement of a shopping mall. And we got their signature dish, which is their A5 Wagyu in a citrus broth. And let me tell you, it smells so fragrant. And the broth is like this cloudy, orangey looking broth. It is topped with a bok choy, A5 Wagyu, a zest of the yuzu, bamboo shoots, and it also chopped up purple onions, which is something unheard of. I've never had in a ramen dish before. And it's also like topped with green onion. And let me tell you, this smells so good. Like, I cannot get over how fresh and citrus it smells. Let's try the broth first. Oh my god. Definitely pick up the citrus, and the green onion has like a bite to it. This is so good. It is creamy. Ooh, and it just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so comforting. Now we gotta try it with the beautiful jammy egg. It is jammy, it is cooked to perfection, and it's just like oozing out. A hint of like soy sauce. So the egg is marinated in a soy sauce, so it's salty and sweet, and it balances out with the yuzu.
There's a shit ton of noodles here. Oh my god. These noodles have the right bite, chew. They're kind of spongy, but not too spongy. They snap off when you take a bite. And they're picking up like the broth. So they're like soupy noodles. They're like pretty much like a sponge. The noodles are soaking up the broth. So it has bamboo shoots and it adds like a snap to it. But the best part here is the A5 Wagyu. And they give it to you slightly pink and it cooks in the broth. Bro, like I am looking forward to trying this beautiful piece of meat. Look at this, so soupy. That is so melt in my mouth like butter. And I love that they add green onions to cut through the fattiness of the broth and the meat. This is like the ramen bowl of my dreams. You have to try it. In the back streets of Gion, where the echoes of the Hanemachi linger, lies Kyoto Gion Okura. Despite being in the heart of a tourist area, you will find a comforting bowl of beef curry udon that's so cheesy that it warms the soul. The cheese curry is their signature dish, and I can understand why this bowl brings joy and comfort to locals and tourists alike. The moment I stepped inside, I was captivated by the aroma of spices that filled the air. The restaurant feels like I stepped into my grandma's living room while enjoying a warm meal that she cooked right up for you. The space is small and lined with celebrity autographs and Japanese fans. The presence of the bowl is captivating. A dark brown broth that is thick and glossy. The udon noodles are thick and hearty and soft, but not overly soft. The thick curry sauce clings perfectly to the noodles without being too saucy. Not only does the sauce cling to the noodles, the melty cheese is truly the best part. Cheese so melty, it clings to every noodle, literally to every noodle. The richness of the cheese mellows out the spiciness and gives the soup an extra savory dimension. The beef is thinly sliced, tender and savory, and absorbs the sauce, providing a different texture in contrast to the soft, thick noodles. While the scallions provide a brisk, crisp counterpoint to the broth, which otherwise would be a little heavy to enjoy. To add a little bit more spice, they provide ichimi, a Japanese chili pepper at your table, adding a sprinkle or accidentally a little bit more to add a spicy kick to the whole bowl. But if you're looking for a low-key, cheerful, affordable meal in Gion, look no further than this restaurant. Osaka is the kitchen of Japan. And with the many endless options of food, and after a long day of shopping and sightseeing, I just want to enjoy a big bowl of soup. As we near our destination, you'll be mesmerized by the bright flashing lights and a Frankenstein greeting you at the entrance. And this is where you'll find Franken Ramen, a ramen shop that serves a specialized menu of ramen and Chinese soba noodles. We chose their original bowl of Franken ramen, topped with a generous amount of bamboo shoots and thinly sliced chashu with a liberal amount of sliced up green onions and a jammy soft boiled egg and a clear and fragrant broth that is glittering gold. The broth stood out the most, rich and light with an intense chicken flavor. It reminded me of a chicken noodle soup, but a higher quality version that doesn't heavily rely on herbs. Rather, the prime ingredients are solely based on the chicken simmering for hours to create that deep, rich chicken flavor. As for the noodles, the bowl was filled with freshly made noodles. They were thick, long, and straight. They were bouncy, slightly firm, and chewy. The noodles were large enough to absorb the broth, and they were almost sponge-like. And every noodle is worthy of a good slurp. And onto the chashu, thinly sliced braised pork that is beautiful in color and layers of fattiness that is dripping in rich umami broth that is calling my name and waiting to go into my mouth. The meat was soaking with juice from the broth. It was so tender and fatty that it just melts in your mouth. But the piece de resistance is an egg that only the ramen gods can conjure. A soft-boiled egg that is jammy like fruit spread, slightly chewy, packed with rich umami flavor from the soy mirin marinade with a yolk that is creamy and custard-like and to die for. Okay, so we're at Ramen Chow Mein. Ramen Chow Mein, I'm probably butchering that.
but it's like completely out of the way of Osaka. It's not like near a touristy area. It's more of like a locals hotspot. And we got their Shio ramen, which is like their soy sauce based ramen, and their noodles are beautiful. They're made with buckwheat, and you could see like the specks of brown in them. It also has chashu, a sliver of chicken, and has like the bonito flakes. So if you don't know what bonito flakes are, they're like it's dried up fish, and it's just like slivered and sliced up, and they look like they're alive, but they're not because they're so thin and they're flailing in the steam. And there is green onion, and there is parsley, and we also got some of their fried rice. But I'm more excited to try their shio based ramen because back home shio ramen's not very common. It's more of like a tonkatsu, so a pork based ramen. Oh, that is so good. The broth is like heartwarming. It's just so comforting, kind of like chicken, like a chicken noodle soup, but like so much better than that. It just has so much depth and flavor and saltiness. It is honestly just like probably like one of the best ramens I've had so far, besides like the chicken ramen. And I am all about having every single bowl of ramen I can possibly eat here while I am in Japan. Okay, we have to try their noodles. I am looking forward to their noodles because they have like the little brown specks of like the buckwheat. Oh, they have a bite to them. They're soft and they pick up so much of like the soup. So they're like soupy, delicious noodles. Even though they're like thin noodles, it just absorbs so much of the broth. And now we're trying the shashu, which is pork. That is delicious. It is medium fatty. Oh my god. Onto the next piece of chicken, which I've never had chicken in my ramen before, and I find that kind of different. But, you know, it's always good to try something new. A delicious, tender piece of chicken I have had. Oh my god. And it's just so juicy, and it absorbs so much flavor from the broth. Wow. And I'm just so happy and I'm satisfied. This is like the best dinner I've had so far. That the broth isn't oily. It has like the right amount of oiliness to it and the right amount of sheen or gloss that you want in your soup. But what I truly love about ramen, that it is a big bowl of comfort that can cure just about any ailment. From a hangover to feeling under the weather, or you just want to enjoy a hearty, filling meal, the options are endless. Also, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the other side of the table.